What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody, back again with a real, actually serious video that your boy wanted to put together. I could have addressed this in the previous videos, but I thought a separate one would be best, just because I'm going to be very serious here. I'm going to be very transparent. I'm not going to joke. It's not one kind. It's not going to be one of those videos. It's kind of clearing the air with everyone on what happened between myself and KeemStar. The reason why I'm making this video now and didn't make it previously is because I did have a conversation with Keemstar yesterday with a third party representative that we both trust. And we did have a conversation, and out of a courtesy for Keem, I canceled my podcast yesterday because I know everyone wanted me to talk about it and address it, and I didn't want to, just because I wanted to give Keemstar that courtesy. I wasn't going to address it. I wasn't going to talk about it because I didn't want it to just spiral out of, I didn't want it to spiral. I didn't want to make it worse, put it that way. But he talked about it yesterday on the interview. He said a few things which I think I should give my input on. Some of it, yes, is factually correct. Other stuff, I kind of disagree with his interpretation, which I'll provide my side on this. And again, this conversation was held between me, him, and a respected third party that we both know and respect. And I won't comment on who that is. So I'm going to play the clip here of Keemstar's conversation with Phil, where he talked about our conversation yesterday. And then I'm going to provide some commentary. So, shout out the Hate Army for his clip. Hopefully no one comes after you for monetization. So shout out Hate. If you're not subscribed to Hate Army, please drop him a sub.
I think I'm indirectly involved with him getting demonetized. So basically, I was listening to him fight with you and listen to him like basically saying that he's doing nothing wrong. And as someone who's like an expert in this space, it just drove me nuts. So I tried to call into his show and give him advice, but he wanted to do the blood sports thing and interrupt me and talk over me and spin a narrative. And it's like, bro, what are you doing? I was like, all right, well, let's agree to report your channel to YouTube and have them review it and see what happened. No, don't do that. It's like, okay, you're admitting that you're in the wrong. Right. So I never did that. I never reported him to YouTube. But what happened is I then on Lolcow Live reviewed the me and Doody debate or whatever and talked about it further. And that stream on Lolcow Live actually got dinged for bullying and harassment. We got a warning strike. So I had to call YouTube and say, hey, can
All right, I wanted him to speak on that, but I wanted to touch base first on that issue right there. So after our conversation on my podcast, Keemstar on Lolcow Live brought our debate up and had some commentary on it, which is perfectly fine. That's all good. And in Keem's typical style, he was making fun of me. He was mocking me. He was, saying things. He was talking about my stuttering, which I'm saying right now, it's perfectly fine. I wasn't upset that he was doing that. I understand that Keem is making content and making it entertainment, and that didn't bother me at all. I wouldn't consider that bullying. It's not bullying. I really don't care what people say about me. It's their opinion. Just like I put out my opinion about content creators and so on, everyone else has the right to do the same thing. So I wasn't upset that Keem did that at all. I was actually in chat talking about the issue and DMing them on the back saying, why don't you show the rest of this, or why don't just kind of coaxing them into showing the whole content of our discussion. If you're curious about that discussion, I still have my podcast up. Take a look at it. It's unedited. Starts around the hour and 50-minute mark, I think. And it's just a debate that me and Keem are having about copyright law and DMCA. And we just disagreed, and he decided to bring up my channel and my content, which he wanted me to agree to something which I wasn't going to agree to. In my opinion, it's none of Keemstar's business what I do in my content. It isn't, honestly. He may disagree with what I do. He may disagree with my content, but it's none of his business. Just like it's none of my business what he does with his streams. Just like what he said here, where he decided to mock me and bully me or whatever. He has every right to do that, and I'm not going to call him out for it or criticize him for it. So again, I would hope that other content creators would kind of give me the same respect. But you know, it is what it is. So what ended up happening with that podcast is that it received a channel strike. Excuse me, not a channel strike. I apologize. It received, I think, a community warning. It was either a warning or something, where it was either flagged by someone or reported by, I don't know. It was either reported by someone for terms of service violation for bullying, or the algorithm grabbed it and flagged it. I don't fully know, but he ended up getting some kind of warning or something, or a strike. I don't know. When that happened, Wings of Redemption reached out to me via DMs, and he said, "Hey, Doody, did you report our channel?" And I said, "No. Why would I report your channel? No, I didn't report your channel. What are you talking about?" And he said, "The podcast that where we were talking about you got taken down. YouTube took it down. Did you report us?" And I said, "No, I didn't report you. Who's saying that?" And he said, "YouTube." And at that point, I thought he was saying that YouTube told Wings and Keem that I reported him. And that wasn't the case. So at that very minute, I told Wings, all right, give me a minute. I'm going to reach out to YouTube. I'm going to open up a ticket, and then I'm going to make a statement. You know, I'm going to say that, no, I did not report them. No, I did not consider what they did bullying. It was perfectly fine. And just put a statement out there. And I got a ticket number, and I gave that to Wings. I said, here you go, Wings. Here's the ticket number. If that, hopefully that can help Keem resolve this. I didn't report him, and I even told him, I said, you can tell Keem to give me a call or DM me and let him know that if he wants me to make a statement to someone on a call, that I'm more than happy to do that. Again, you guys know that I'm a pretty reasonable person, and if I can help someone, I'm more than happy to help someone. You can reach out to multiple content creators on this channel, and you can ask them how I help them. And not bragging. I'm just saying that I'm just always willing to help someone, even someone I disagree with. I'm willing to, or even someone kind of having beef with, whatever. I'm willing to help them out, because I don't think anyone should be silenced. As much as I don't like what Phil does, I don't think he should be silenced. I think he should have a platform. He should be able to speak and say what he wants to say. That way, people that disagree with him can farm his content and point out why they disagree with him. Now, if you don't agree with the method, okay, that's an argument. And again, I'm willing to have that argument. And that's what me and Keem did. We had that argument on the podcast. And then for some reason, when he streamed it that night on Local, it got dinged. Now, KeemStar already said, Keem and Wings both know I didn't report it. They figured out it wasn't me. Like, I didn't report it. I don't know if it was the YouTube algorithm that caught it. I don't know, but I'm not being blamed for it, right? But like I said, I did reach out as a courtesy to Keem and Local. I said, I'm willing to put a statement out there. Here it is. Here's the ticket. If you need me to do anything else, I'm more than happy to do so. Because again, I don't agree with censorship. I don't agree with reporting people. I don't agree with that. I don't think it's cool. And I don't think it's cool to shut down voices for whatever reason. Whether because you disagree with someone, you know, you shouldn't shut them down. Like, I'm not really big on cancel culture. Like, if I disagree, you guys know I'm pretty conservative. I don't care if you're a progressive and, you know, you wanna say what you want to say on Twitter or whatever. Have at it. I can care less. I don't report you. I can care less about that. Have at it. I would rather have people out there, you know, pointing out their point of view so that others can see it. That's my thing. Okay. So all right, let's fast forward. So that same day at night, I get demonetized. I get a notification that I'm being demonetized, and the notice on the demonetization has said reuse content, which can be a whole host of things. So I reached out to a couple of people and said, hey, why does this usually occur? And he said, and they looked at my videos and they said, well, a lot of times it can happen because you're not cammed up. Apparently that's what happened to some of the bigger YouTubers that don't show their faces, and now they have avatars. I'm not going to say who, but that's why they were recently demonetized for the very similar issue. Now they're saying it could be that, or it could be something else. It could be that my content just didn't meet the terms of service. They felt like I didn't have enough commentary videos. I didn't stream on them. I don't know. We're in the process of working that out and trying to figure that out. Okay. So that's kind of I'm level setting everything that happened up to the minute I was demonetized. So then I reached out to Wings and Keem and said, "Yo, I got demonetized." I said, I got demonetized. That's all I said. And I left it like that, and I didn't talk about it. And I think I made a tweet the next day on Twitter and said, "Hey, I got demonetized, blah blah blah." And because I had to deal with that, I couldn't make content, I couldn't stream because I was dealing with the demonetization thing. And I know a lot of people are razzing me, as Phil likes to say on my comments and Twitter, saying, "Oh, you're not, oh, this just shows that Doody only pumps out content because he was making money." No, I'm pumping out content because I like to pump out content. But I couldn't do it the last 2 days because I was dealing with this nonsense. So Keem, so yesterday morning, Keem DM'd me on Discord and said, "Hey, you got a minute? I want to chat." I said, "Yep, let me know." He wanted to bring in a third party just so that I guess I wouldn't interrupt them, as he said. That's what he said. He said, "I wanted a third party so that Doody doesn't interrupt me." And yes, I can interrupt, a little bit too much sometimes, especially if I feel like I'm not being heard. So he brought in this third party, which both of us respect, and he kind of facilitated, and it was a good discussion. Neither of us were being rude to each other. We didn't scream at each other. We didn't yell at each other. And then Keem went ahead and proceeded to tell me what happened, or what he believes happened. So this is his version of the events right now, of what happened, and I'll let you listen to it, and then I'll provide a little bit more content around it.
Can you review this? Because I don't think I should have that warning strike, right? And as they're reviewing it, because they need more context of what I was saying about Doody, they're hearing me say, "Hey, look, you're in violation, Doody, of copyright. You're in violation of the YouTube partnership program. You're in violation of TOS." So I think maybe indirectly, YouTube's reviewing Locale Live. They're hearing the context, and then they're like, "Wait, what's going on with this Doody stuff?" And I think that's how he got dinged. So I actually called Doody earlier today, and I apologized to him and told him, like, "Hey, this is what I think what happened. I wouldn't have ever reported you without your permission, but I think this was how it all played out." So me and Doody are cool now. He doesn't blame me, but he understands the circumstances.
Yeah, it's
All right. So again, Keem reiterated our point in our conversation. It was a short. Our conversation was about 20 minutes long, where we talked about this. And yes, what Keem just said, for the most part, right now is accurate. He did call me, and he explained to me that he thinks what may have happened was that when they were reviewing his video for the strike or the warning, whatever he received, that they may have looked at my channel, which I don't think makes much sense. Why would they look at my channel if they're trying to review a video that got dinged for bullying? Okay, so I didn't buy that. That, I guess, I don't want to say excuse, but I don't really buy that too much. I just don't. Keem did apologize. He said he was sorry that this happened. He apologized. He said, "Man to man, I apologize. I didn't intend this." And he said, "No, I didn't report you. Like, the reason why you were demonetized was because I reported you." No, he said, "I didn't do that." And then he mentioned how he thinks what may have played out. And again, this is his assumption, that this may have happened because he was trying to fix his issue with his video, with his warning or whatever that had you. So because his video was flagged, he reached out to YouTube, had a conversation with someone, they reviewed it, and then apparently my channel got demonetized out of nowhere. Okay. So yes, I will agree what KeemStar said here. KeemStar did call me. We had a conversation. He apologized and he explained what he believes the situation was. Did I accept his apology? I think that's a bit of a stretch. I'm not sure I think I accepted his apology. Are we good? I wouldn't say that we're good. No, I wouldn't say that we're good. I do think that he may have indirectly been the reason of why this happened to me. And the mere fact that he was on my podcast the other day and he was talking about wanting to review my channel and me give him permission, I mean, it just looks bad. It does. Now, I give Keem the benefit of the doubt that he's being honest with me and he's telling me what he's saying is he's being truthful, that he didn't report me. The third person that was in the on the conversation is someone that both of us respect and believe. And that person vouched for Keem. The person said, "Yep, no, Keem wouldn't do that. That's not his style. He wouldn't do that." So I respect that third person and what he's saying. So I'm willing to give Keem the benefit of the doubt that he didn't report me, and that it's just by happenstance because of what happened to his video. I ended up getting kind of, I got crossfired essentially. That's what Keem said. Did I accept his apology? I wouldn't say I accepted his apology. Do I understand what happened? Yeah, I completely understand what happens. I did say that to Keem. I said, yeah, I understand this shit happened. Do I blame him? It's hard to say I blame him. I just don't like how everything kind of occurred. I didn't like the fact that he was on my stream and he was trying to goad me into admitting something wrong. That was the first thing. The second thing I didn't appreciate is Keem trying to be the arbiter of what content should be on YouTube. Keem is, and I understand. Keem said, "Look, I wasn't trying to tell you how you should do your content. What he was trying to do is he was trying to help me understand YouTube's terms of service so that I would remain in the partner program." I understand that. Now, if you want to have that conversation, Keem, like I told him, I was like, you could have called me, you could have DM'd me, and you could have said, "Yo, you're wrong. You sound stupid. This is what it is." And I would have taken that call and been receptive. The fact that he was on my stream and kind of trying to make me look dumb, and then he was mocking me for stuttering. Yeah, I'm gonna push back. I'm not gonna treat you kindly if you're being that way. And again, it's my show. I mean, I'm not gonna let anyone run over me on my show. If I'm on your show, that's something different. You have the mic, you can mute me, you can remove me. That's all good. I have to play by your rules, but you're in my stream, Keem. So the fact that we were going back and forth of like this, yeah, you know, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna speak what I want to say, and if I don't feel like you're listening to me, then I'm gonna keep saying the same thing over and over again until I get some acknowledgement. Whether you disagree or you don't, I'd like some acknowledgement. But that's neither here or there. So let me just recap again. Yes, Keem called me. We talked it out. We had a third party there. He did say that it wasn't him. He did not report me. That he wouldn't report me. That's not his style. The person on the call did confirm that yes, Keem doesn't do that.
Yes, you.
Sorry. They're trying to be serious, and I got Phil popping up on a subscriber notification. But anyway, that's either way. So just to recap, yes, Keem called me. He did apologize. He said that he didn't report me. He was trying to fix an issue with his stream that related to me and my content. And then I may have gotten demonetized because of that issue. Someone may have looked at my channel and determined based on whatever qualifications that I didn't meet monetization. Again, I'm not mad that I got demonetized. I'm not mad. That happens. I had a previous channel that got demonetized, and it's part of the game. And I know enough about how to get remonetized or whatever that I can fix and resolve that issue. That's not bothering me. I think what bothers me is that just the look of everything. How Phil talks about Keem. Keem reacts. Keem has issues with the Keno Casino folks, which of course are farming Phil and trying to keep Phil. And, you know, it kind of looks like someone looking from the outside. Phil's, Keem's trying to run. And again, I'm saying it just looks like. I'm not saying he is. It looks like Keem's trying to get in Phil's good graces for whatever reason. So it's a bad look. It's a very bad look. And especially when you're telling someone on their stream that, they're going to report you, or they want you to agree to have your channel reviewed. All that stuff just looks really bad. And I know and I have to admit, I know the podcast is down, but in that podcast, Keem did say he didn't report me and he wouldn't have reported me. He said that on the podcast. So I'm taking him at his word that he didn't report me. That's what I'm saying. I'm taking him at his word that he didn't report me. The rest of the conversation that Keem didn't mention here is that I did talk to him, and it looks like he's going to try to help me get my monetization back. Now, in the process, he's still dealing with his shit. So he's going to help me. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I hope that he does try to help me. That would go a long way with trying to kind of fix this bullshit. And I told him that, you know, I'll start reviewing my channel, and then if I see anything that's very egregious, I'll correct it. I'll go ahead and fix it. You know what I mean? So essentially, that's what happened. That's what happened in the conversation. Keem apologized. I did tell him that I understood. I said, yeah, I understand what happened. And I acknowledge that, and I appreciate him apologizing. But again, I'm basing all of this on what he's telling me, and it sounds like he doesn't fully understand why my channel was demonetized. He's just making an assumption. So there it is, folks. That's it. That's all I really had to say about it. And again, I didn't talk about it or mention it yesterday, and I can't, because I wanted to give Keem the courtesy. I didn't want to talk about something that, you know, like I don't know if he wanted to address it himself, or if he wanted to talk to YouTube for, I didn't know. So I figured, all right, well, I had my conversation with him. It is what it is, and you know, let's move forward. I'm hoping that Keem is a man of his word and will help me get my channel remonetized. If not, it is what it is. I'm not changing. I'm still pumping out my content. As you can see, I've already put out 3 videos today. This will be number 4. And yeah, I mean, that's all I really have to say about all this. The other thing I do want to mention real quick is about Phil. So I know a lot of people are pissed off at Phil because they think Phil was part of this. He was the one that got me demonetized. I can't say he was the person that got me demonetized. Phil's done a lot of stupid shit, and he's been known in the past for copy striking channels. He admitted it himself. This isn't anything new that I'm saying. You know, he may have stoked this bullshit that to start popping off, but he himself did not do it. Like, he didn't report me to YouTube and get my channel demonetized. No, I don't think Phil did that. I don't have any hard proof of it, but I don't think he did. So I'm not blaming Phil for this. It's not Phil's fault. So yeah, I want to put that out there. See, I can be civil and honest and admit when someone does something or doesn't do anything. And I'm saying right now, Phil didn't. I don't think Phil was responsible for this. This wasn't his fault. But yeah, so me and Keem chatted. He apologized. Hopefully he'll help me get my channel rectified and fixed, and then we could just move on from this nonsense. So other than that, that's all I really had to say about this. I will probably talk about it a little bit more on my podcast tomorrow, and then hopefully we can just move forward positively. We can move forward to content, and yeah, so that's all I have, folks. Peace out.